This week, we finally have some reprise, some great news. The astrology has been super wide lately, but this week we finally have the planet of love, money, abundance, gorgeousness, all those beautiful things that we love. Venus finally moving direct. She is out of her retrograde direction. We still have a shadow period, of course. However, they are now stationing to move forward in the sky. She is in her exaltation kingdom of Pisces. Exaltation, they love to be in the kingdom of Pisces so they can act their most powerful. So not only that, we have Venus finally finishing her retrograde season for a minute, traveling back through Pisces into Aries, where she started this retrograde journey a while ago now. So this is good news. This is good news. This is also making a conjunction to the asteroid of Abundantia in the sky. So this week looks like, starting from midweek all the way through to next week, a week where we are going to have some good news, some good fortune, some good luck. Not only that, we also have Mercury finally stationed to go direct to. This is all linked in with, especially with the Venus direct as well, linked in with the powerful full moon in the sign of Libra. The Venus story is all tied in with this full moon because Venus rules Libra, right? And so this was a huge culmination point, ending point, full cycle era, closing of chapters with this Venus love story, closing of chapters, anything to do with things such as relationships, your personal relationships, whether they be love, family, friendship, business, anything connected to connection with somebody else are all relationships. Yes, love does come under this umbrella too. And so Venus retrograde will have had a lot of us re-examining what it is that we call love. Are we receiving that? Are we showing up like how we want to be loved? Are we getting that in return? You know, and really going over our connections and where we stand in those and how they bring intimacy into our lives too. So there's been a lot of shift in that. We've been talking about that a lot over the last few weeks in the podcast. I'm going to get into that in a second. If you don't know me already, I am Jack Scott Lee. This is the Jack Scott Lee Show, and we are doing all things spirituality. I am your spiritual buddy, bestie. About to choke to death 1 second. And we are talking all things spiritual to get you aligned with the cosmos. So yes, this week the main story is we have Venus conjunct Abundantia moving forward in the sky. Yes, she's going through a shadow period, shadow direct period. Ultimately, this is good news. This is unlocking money stories, money blockages, calling in abundance. Mercury is also in Pisces too, swimming this Piscean dreamy state before it goes back into Aries at the end of this week. Not only that, huge news. We also have another planet finally direct in shadow. However, we're going the right way now. Mars has been in Cancer retrograding since last year. You've been feeling this, I've been feeling this, we've all been feeling this. Nobody likes Mars in Cancer. Right. However, Mars is finally changing signs this week, moving into Leo, where it becomes dramatic, bold, fiery, drama and passion are going to be the key words, right? What else did I write about this? This is about stepping into your own power now. So Mars in Cancer has been very like passive aggressive, very bubbling over, very like cautious and just not acting at its best because Mars is actually it's weakest in the sign of Cancer because it's exalted in Capricorn, so it's debilitated in Cancer, right? When a planet is in debilitation, it means it doesn't act as it would normally. You know, it's not powerful there. It has no power in the sign of Cancer. In the sign of Cancer, it's drowning in its own heat, in its own anger, and this is how we've all been feeling. Whether that be like agitation, frustration, anger come towards you, especially with all this retrograde action. We've had the eclipses going on as well. So, you know, the last 8 weeks have been really rough for everybody when it comes to the astrology because we've had the eclipses, Not only did we have the last final eclipse in the sign of Aries Libra axis, we also had the new eclipse cycle starting with Virgo and Pisces too. So there's been all of the eclipse portal energy opening up, as well as, we've had all the full moons and new moons, we've had Mars retrograde, Mercury retrograde, Venus also joining the retrograde party. Like, it's all been going on. When we have so much retrograde action, this is a moment of reflection. This is not a moment of doing. This is a moment of reassessing, realigning, thinking about where it is that I want to be going, what is it that I want to be doing, what isn't working anymore, and how do I call in what I want, right? This is retrograde stuff. And a lot of situations will be coming up where you will be having to go over like old stories, old hurt, old pain, old patterns, situations being brought to you again, things that you thought that you dealt with and you move on from. It's like it's like with all this retrograde action, it's like the final boss energy. You know what I mean? This is the final boss now, and are we able to do it? Yes, we are. We are doing it, and we are through. We made it through the wilderness. We are through. So, but this week, and the energy starts to soften. We can step into trusting and igniting your inner fire again, and balancing your intuition and flow. Move forward with your bold action unapologetically. Mars is giving you the green light now, going forward, asking you to go forward with your goals, dreams, and desires. Who doesn't want that, right? We have more abundance flowing in. Venus is finally traveling in forward motion, and in the sign of Pisces, where she does really well, right? And so abundance will be easy, money will be easy, love will be easier. All right. So this is all amazing stuff happening for all of us. And so I want to touch on Mercury, directing Pisces. Not its strongest sign. However, we do have it moving into the very dramatic Aries soon. So this is about stepping from the downloads and knowledge and intuition, downloads from the universe that it does in Pisces. In Pisces we're more spiritual, connected. When it comes to Mercury, we are more psychic. Our third eye is more open. We are more open to receiving messages from the universe because that mercurial Piscean energy, right, steps into the world of the psychic realm. And so it's like lifting the veil almost. And the one nice thing I want to say about the Pisces Mercury energy is that we are more open to looking at and listening to other people's point of view, and more empathy, shall we say, and understanding the other people's points of view, right? Even when it's been retrograding, but at the same time, this is about having the wool pull over your eyes. So it may be that now Mercury is direct, going into Aries, where it's very clear, very fiery, very passionate, that we'll kind of like have the rose tinted glasses taken off, and you'll start to see things more clearly now. Your thoughts become clearer. Communication becomes easier too. I feel like with the Mercury retrograde is a very confusing time anyway when it comes to being misconstrued. However, now we're going into Aries. It's direct. Communication becomes clearer. People can hear you and what you have to say, as opposed to understanding you, right? And you will be like more bold in expressing yourself. Are you ready? Venus directing Pisces, we love this energy already. Going through the final degrees. So when Venus goes through like 29 degrees, 0 degrees, these are like the analytic degrees, right? So I always find that when Venus floats around these degrees, that she always brings blessings, right? And so watch out for when Venus changes signs in 29 to 0 degrees, moving from Pisces to Aries, because whenever they Venus, Jupiter, Mercury, Uranus, they change signs, they always bring you a blessing. So watch out for those, right? This is great tied in with like Venus conjunct Neptune too. When Venus conjunct Neptune, this is like super abundant energy. And talking of abundance, we do have all week, starting midweek into next week, Venus conjunct the asteroid Abundantia, which is all about good luck and good fortune. On a trillion. Venus is good luck and good fortune, teamed with the asteroid of good fortune too. The fixed stars, right? Imagine that, the power of that together. Oh my God, this is a great time to set your intentions, prosperity, wealth is all flowing towards you, which is love becomes easier too, right? Love, attraction, value, and you want to find that with Venus retrograde, that money and abundance might have been limited resources, but their frequency is about to shift. And you already start to feel that already. As we had the full moon, on Saturday night, Sunday morning, and within 30 minutes of the full moon, we had Venus station to go direct. So Venus was the ruler of the full moon as well, because the full moon was in Libra. Okay, so we're talking about embodying the version of you that knows the magnetic side. And your energy is currency, so be careful where you spend it. And your heart is the portal to overflow. And my readings are now open. So if you want a personal reading with me, hit me up. It's jackscottlee@gmail.com to get your one-to-one readings with me. If you haven't had a reading with me yet, I do a birth chart analysis readings where you get an hour and a half long video directly to your inbox, recorded by myself, where we delve deep into your birth chart. So if you know your birth time and location, that is all you need for me to read your birth chart. You can get your birth chart calculator free online. It will tell you your big three. And your big three are your sun sign, your rising sign, your moon sign, right? And these make up your big three. And when I do these weekly videos, I base these on your rising sign. So you want to listen to your rising sign first, then your sun sign, and then your moon sign, to get a really good overall picture of how everything is going to be playing out for you, okay? So, let me just fix this. I use Western Tropical Zodiac, and I use the whole house sign system. I find that's better. I find that really works for me. I do use pastas as well for predictions, whole sign, all the way. It's the housing system used by the ancients, right? And so this is what we use to predict. Placidus also has its place too. But for these readings, I always use the whole sign house system, okay? Okay, so I'm going to get into all the ins and outs for all of the signs, okay? So, shall we get into that? Let's have a look. I'm going to pull up my notes. And so yeah, we're going to start off with Aries rising, sun, moon and rising, okay? So Venus is stationing to go direct in your 12th house, along with Mercury. Mars will be going into your 5th house, where it's been in your 4th house for a hell of a minute. So there might be a lot of, strife around family, a lot of problems in the home. You could have been renovating. There could have been things. When I find Mars retrograding in the 4th house, there's always things going wrong. There's always things going wrong with people's houses with this placement, because the 4th house was the home. Also, there could have been a lot of conflict when it comes to your family as well. All right. This is now dissipating. Mars is going into the 5th house. 5th house is all to do with sex, dating, entrepreneurship, and good luck and good fortune. So expect to have a lot of drive and ambition when it comes to setting up your own business. Some of you may be thinking of going into your own business, or you may already have your own business. This is about focusing your energy on that now. And this is the house of sex and dating too. So this is going to be giving you more passion and drive in those areas as well. This is the house of fun, the house of pleasure, the house of inner child, the house of children too. So this could be, if you have children, they might be acting up when Mars goes back into Leo. This could be that you want to honor your inner child more. There could be some inner child healing that needs to be done too. Okay. But yes, Venus is going to be going direct in your 12th house, along with your Mercury direct in the 12th house too, before it moves into your 1st house. I mean, you, my darling. So this is all about, the 12th house is the hidden house, right? So this is a great time for you to delve into spirituality, to delve into your self-care, looking after you, what you want. This is a great time for international travel. You can make some travel plans as well. I highly recommend Venus and Mercury now direct. If you are thinking about doing some long distance travel, this will be your energy to do it. Delving into spirituality, listen to your dreams, intuition. Your intuition will be really high now, so listen to those downloads from the universe. And focusing on rest and relaxation, being introvert, and stepping away from the crowds and noise. I feel like you want to be more solitude, and Venus in Pisces in the 12th house is going to be giving you the energy to focus on your spirituality, your downtime, your rest time, and what it is that you do when no one else is around. Okay. That's really, really important to you. I feel like as well, what else did I write down for you? Yeah, rest and reset, reconnecting with your dreams and intuitions. Yeah, the 12th house also actually tied in with the 5th house is all to do with creativity. So this is a great time for you. If your creativity has been blocked, know that with Venus going direct, Mercury direct, Mars in the 5th house, this is a great time for creativity. Your creativity will be literally reignited again. And if you are a creative person, this is fantastic. If you are not, this is about thinking about your ideas and problems and thinking outside of the box to achieve what you want. Okay. All right, that is Aries rising. If you are a Taurus sun, moon, and rising, the Venus retrograde, Mercury retrograde direct action will be happening for you in the 11th house. So the 11th house rules your biggest goals, dreams, and desires, as well as your friendship circles, the goals that you're part of. There may be a lot of confusion around friendships, miscommunication around your friendship circle. Just know that is now dissipating, and any tension will now ease. You had Mars going through the communication house over the last few months, so yeah, I feel like there could be a lot of strife for you, a lot of trouble for you, a lot of arguments, a lot of miscommunication. You know what I mean? Lots of trouble and strife when it comes to your friendship circle, maybe even siblings too. Okay, going from your 3rd house as well. Mars in the 3rd house is not great when it's retrograde, not great for travel, and also not great for things like vehicles too. So it may have been that you've had like car trouble or trouble with transport, and also just people just misconstruing what you're saying because you've had Mars in the 3rd house, and people just literally bringing you out in trouble as well. It could also be like social media stuff too, but just know that Mars is now moving to your 4th house. So you're going to be focused, your focus is going to be more on family, the people that you call home. You may even decide to move during this transit or think about moving or renovating as well. Taurus, you have Venus in the 11th house, Mercury in the 11th house too going direct. This is a fantastic time to set your intentions and also make some headway when it comes to your biggest goals, dreams and desires. What is it you want? What do you want to achieve? What are your goals, right? How are you gonna not just manifest them, but how are you gonna take action steps every day to achieve those? This is about taking inspired action, working with the universe, but also taking inspired action daily. It's not just about saying the words and visualizing; it's about taking productive action steps. I feel like with this transit as well that you're gonna be coming into contact with some very beautiful people, gorgeous new friends and lovers. You might even meet somebody through the groups that you become part of, or a friend of a friend, something like that, But yeah, this is a great time for friendship. Venus in 11th house is gorgeous for friendships, So that is an amazing, amazing transit to have. I'm starting this week. If you are a Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Rising, you have Venus in Pisces going direct in your 10th house. The 10th house rules your work, your career, your public persona. So there may have been some setbacks when it comes to work and career. Just know that these are now dissipating and that Venus is now moving direct for your work sector. And how you're seen by others too. And I feel like when Venus retrograde, like you might even, especially with the 10th house, that you your image might have been like tainted slightly. You know what I mean? Or there might have been some idle gossip or something, like especially Mercury and Pisces in the 10th house, or retrograde, that might have affected you. Or people have been talking about you, and it impacted your social standing. But there could have even been like something at work that cracked off. You know what I mean? Just know that with Mercury going direct and Venus going direct, the work becomes more clearer. Job opportunities are flowing in, money is flowing in. You're going to be feeling more beautiful too. This is the best time to have cosmetic surgery. To change your appearance. Venus is going direct, Mercury direct as well. So if you're thinking about changing your hair, changing your look, just know that this will be a better time than it would be when it's retrograde. Yeah, Mars. You had Mars. You will have Mars going into your 3rd house. You will have had Mars retrograde in the 2nd house. So money could have been a thing. Money stories could have been a thing for you over the last few months because Mars retrograde in the money house is not cute. So this could have been playing havoc with your finances, burning a hole in your pocket. There might have been like one surprise after another when it comes to money, like money going out, money going out, money going out. Just know that the money sector is going to be lightening up now as Mars moves out of retrograde into your third house, where it will give your communication style a kick in the butt. So you'll be focusing more on your communication, travel. You may even change your car. You'll be very busy. You're in your community. If you're thinking about starting a course, go for it. Something to do with working with your hands. This could also mean that you're going to be more present online. And one of the things that you want to look out for is like online trolling or anything like that in the third house towards the internet as well, right? So this is about clear communication online, especially with Mars being there as well. Then you might, you don't want to be part of like either you're creating this drama online or drama being created online with you. You've got the Venus story through the 10th house, and so that means that you are going to be blessed and lucky when it comes to your work, your career, and how you see others, feeling beautiful inside and out. Money's going to be flowing in. You might, if you're single, you may meet somebody at work with a 10th house transit, or if you're already in a relationship, just know that Venus going direct in the 10th house will level up your relationship to the next level. Communication becomes clearer with work as well. Mercury direct, the communication planet in the house of work for you is all about bringing those offers, bringing those important emails, having those conversations, and ultimately just bringing in so much good luck, abundance, and good fortune to you. Okay, so next on the list we have Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Venus direct for you is in the 9th house. The house of international travel has a good look and fortune. Venus has been going backwards in the skies in the 9th house for you, and it has a good look and fortune. Some of you might have had some like legal issues going on. Just know that they're going to be getting more clearer for you now. Documentation needs to be signed will turn out better. If you've been waiting on documentation to come through, the Mercury is going to be going direct. So just know that there might have been delays with like a visa or delays with like anything to do with the law, legal matters. Just know that these are clearing up for you now and things become easier. Money's on the way. Good luck with the lucky planets in the house of good luck, right? And the 9th house is one of the karma houses. So know that late luck is, Venus conjunct Abundantia in the 9th house is fantastic for you. And just know that if you have been facing any challenges when it comes to anything to do with legalities, and these are not easing off, some of you may even start a new course, find a new mentor, become a mentor, you might check into like some sort of therapy practice or become a therapist for somebody else. Your spirituality becomes really important to you and this transit as well. And you might just even enjoy finding new spiritual teachers. The 9th has spiritual healing, spiritual learning, isn't it? So there is that, but this is a great time now if you are thinking about international travel to book those flights, to travel delays might have been a thing, whereas now that are becoming easier. It's a good time to book and get on that flight. Mars, for you, my honey, has been retrograding in your first house of you. So for now, it's going from the first house to the second house. So there may be a lot of strife and struggle. I find with Mars in the first house, can be people who are prone to injury quite a lot and sickness and just being really angry all the time, actually. So know that this is now dissipating. Mars is moving to the money house, giving you drive and ambition to attain more wealth, to focus on what is valuable to you, what you value, okay? Communication becomes clearer. Like I said to you, Mercury is direct in the 11th house now, so important documentation will flow easily to you, as is travel plans too. But yes, the main story, one of the big stories for you, Mars leaving the first house. A good thing about Mars in the first house is it can sometimes make someone really, really focus on their energy when it comes to working out and fitness. So under this transit, some of you might have started like a new fitness regime and stuck to it, become fitter, become stronger, and become more sportier. Okay, I have this transit in Italy, and one of my main jobs is that I'm a sports person. So Mars in the first house is actually all right. All right, so next on the list we have Leo. Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. If this is you, you have Venus going direct in the 8th house. the house of love, sex, passion, and money. Amazing. So Venus retrograde in this house for you might have played around and caused some issues and blockages when it comes to your finances, when it comes to your clients, when it comes to your money, when it comes to like banks and loans and debts. Just know that Venus moving direct in this area of your astrology is that money and abundance become more easier and flowing to you. Venus is conjunct to the star of Abundantia. So just know that money will come easier to pertain, you become more of a magnet for your desires. The eighth house also rules partners' money too. So if you're in a partnership or a business partnership of some sort, their money becomes easier as well. If you wanted to ask for bank loan, credit cards, all that sort of thing, under this transit of Venus direct in the eighth house, which rules other people's money, banks, institutions, that sort of thing, that this is a better time to ask for loans and grants and what have you. Venus direct in the eighth house is also a great time to put passion back into your sex life and your intimacy and your bonds, and also to focus on your spirituality too. You do have Mercury also going direct in this house, the eighth house, so you guys will be focusing on, asking for what you want when it comes to your intimate relationships, being more clear when it comes to your love and romance, being clear in your partnerships, being clear in your business partnerships too. And this is a good time. This is a better time now if you're looking to sign a contract regarding like shared resources and finances. This is a better sky because you have Venus, the abundance planet, as well as Mercury, the planet of contracts, moving forward. Okay, so take what you will from that. You also will have a Mars coming out of your 12th house. I feel like Mars in the 12th house is not one of my favourite transits. I feel like when Mars is going through your 12th house, which you would have had this for since last year, my Leos, that you would have found your energy levels to be super low. You might want to sleep and be tired all the time, but just know that this is now just dissipating. You might have been bubbling up with rage a lot more as well with this transit, but just know that Mars is now moving to your first house, giving you drive and ambition to either start a new fitness practice, get fit, and just like put a rocket up your butt when it comes to getting what you want. Mars in the first house is great for that. It can bring strife and trouble to your door. One of the remedies for this is to wear something red. Okay. All right. So next we have Venus. For my Virgos, Sun, Moon, and Risings, Venus is going to be going direct in your seventh house, the house of relationships. So the last few months, Venus retrograding in the seventh house could be causing some havoc and chaos for you in your relationship sector. There could be old lovers coming back. There could be a lot of redefining of things and renegotiating contracts. There would have been like you're one of the signs your past lovers would have just shown up out of the blue. Not only did you have Venus retrograde here, you had Pisces retrograde here too. You know what I mean? So you would be one of the signs where lovers would have come back from the dead to talk to you, to rekindle. But now we have Venus and Mercury direct. So this is about being clear about asking for what you want when it comes to love and romance, bringing romance to you. Venus direct in the seventh house literally brings love to you, which is fantastic. If you're already in a committed relationship, this is going to strengthen the bond even further. Communication becomes clearer as well in all realms to do with contracts, business, love, friendship, all those things. These are all relationships, aren't they? So with Mercury being direct there could be some good news coming for you. If you're in a partnership, because the seventh house was your partner, there could be some good news coming in for your partner's money, and also for you too, because the seventh house opposes you, the first house, right? This is great news and abundance for you too. You have had Mars going through your 11th house, so there could be a lot of ambition for you to focus on your biggest goals, dreams, and desires, as well as your friendship circles. Just know this is now dissipating. And Mars is moving to your 12th house, Virgo, so this is your time to delve into spirituality. Some of you might be doing a lot of long distance travel with this transit as well. But the focus for you now, Virgo, will be to rest and retreat during the transit, to honour your spirituality and to make time to reflect and chill out and relax, because the 12th house is all about reflection, spirituality, stepping away from. The 12th house does also rule things like hidden enemies, and Mars does bring trouble and strife, so just be aware of that too. Okay, so moving forward, we have next Libra, rising, sun, and moon. I am one of you. We have Venus, our planet, moving direct finally in the sixth house. The sixth house for you rules your health and your work and your day-to-day activities. Venus now direct here is going to be making you absolutely love what you do, loving your job, loving your career, loving your day-to-day, right? And if you don't do that, if you're not loving it, then Venus is going to help you create the life that you totally deserve and love, all right? Venus in the sixth house is also blessing your pets, because the sixth house rules pets, and also it's going to be blessing you when it comes to your work as well. So that's great news. Mercury is direct in the sixth house as well. So clear communication when it comes to your work projects, your day-to-day activity. Getting a structure and routine with that as well. Being more creative. Money's the sixth house rules your work. Venus is about money. Direct forward motion. Put two and two together. Money's going to be flowing in. Yes, who doesn't want that? Venus is conjunct lucky star of Abundantia. And so this is all about manifesting your wealth, your goals, your dreams, your desires when it comes to your career. Your health is going to be on the up as well. Venus in the house of health, going direct, is going to be giving you a lot more bigger when it comes to your health, and just beautifying your life. Okay. The Mars story for you has been happening in the 10th house, bringing you a lot of chaos and strife to your work and your public persona. So some of you might have been under attack from friendship circles, from people that you once thought were lovers and friends. Just know that now that is now dissipating. Mars is going to be no longer squaring your ascendant as it moves into your 11th house, and giving you drive and passion when it comes to your career and your biggest goals, dreams, and desires, making you quite competitive. 11th house can also rule the teams that you're part of. So you might enjoy a new fitness group, a new team, competing, that sort of thing. But the ease and the breaks of tension will be coming off from your work sector, where there could have been a lot of trouble, strife, conflict. So moving forward, the story will be easing off now as Mars finally is stationed direct and moving back into Leo. Okay. All right. So next we have Scorpio. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. For you, we have Venus stationing and going direct, along with Mercury in your fifth house. So for you, the fifth house was fun. It rules dating, it rules sex, it rules passion, it rules creativity, it rules money. Venus is going to be blessing your ass when it comes to money and finances. That is amazing. The planet of money is finally direct. Moving forward in exaltation in Pisces, so it looks to be in Pisces, acts really well there. So if you've had any blocks to your abundance, just know these are anticipating. If you have children, Venus is going to be blessing their ass as well, because the fifth house was children. And this is about inner child having fun too. So Venus going direct in the house of fun. This is about having fun, babe. So have some fun. Good news on the way. Mercury direct, the messenger planet is going to be delivering you a message of abundance and wealth and prosperity. Great time to. Yeah. So. Good news will be literally handed to you via Mercury, the messenger planet, in the fifth house of fun. If you are single, this is the right time for dating. Venus direct, Mercury direct. People might be sliding into your DMs. What are you going to do about it? Okay. Okay, so what else is happening for you? Your planet, your ruling planet Mars has been retrograding in the ninth house. So if you have been in some sort of legal entanglement, just know that is now coming to a head. Mars is moving to your 10th house, giving you purpose and passion when it comes to your career. Okay. Yeah, I'd say that your ruling planet is now direct. Move back into your 10th house. Great time to put energy and focus back on your career, your social standing. It could bring you a bit of competition when it comes to your work, but this is your ruler. This is nothing you're not used to. Okay. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Venus story for you, fourth house direct. So. This is great for you when it comes to your family, because Venus in the house of home and family is about finding your home, finding your family, making some roots, and making some foundations when it comes to where it is that you call home. Okay, Venus is going to be blessing your ass when it comes to good news regarding. If you're waiting for some good news regarding family news, parent health, and to do with that, then just know that Venus is going to be blessing your ass. And finally finding someone that feels like home. you know. Um, they have been retrograding here, so it might be that you've been like trying to find somewhere called like a permanent home. Um, just know that Venus is now direct in your fourth house, so you could be beautifying the house, beautifying your home, and feeling more in touch with the people that you call home as well, and just reconnecting with your family again too. This is a great time to forge bonds when it comes to family alliances. Mars has been retrograding for you in the eighth house. It's going to be moving to your ninth house now. So it's been going through your eighth house of partnerships, going to your ninth house too. So this is you focus on international travel, focusing on your if you have had like any sort of like legal stuff going on or anything where you want to travel, just know that Mars is going direct into your ninth house now. So there's going to be a lot of focus on legal framework as well as moving about the world. Okay, so Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Venus is going to be happening. Your Venus direct is going to be happening for you in the third house. The third house, alongside Mercury, it's all about communication, all about traveling. So some of you might be doing a lot of short distance traveling now. Some of you might be. When I say short distance travel, this could be like traveling within a car. You know, somewhere you can get to in a car, or like short trips, like on a plane, like 2 or 3 hour trips. This is like short distance travel. Okay, communication becomes clearer for you. Some of you might connect with love online, you might meet somebody online. Finding purpose and passion in your skill and talent as well. The third house all skills and talent too. And so Venus and Mercury direct here is going to be giving you the kick of the butt that you need to get realigned with your skill, your talent, showing up online, showing up online more, blowing up your social media, producing like online content. You may want to write under this transit. Communication will become clearer. This is a great time to buy a car as well because Venus in the third house, third house rules things like travel and also modes of travel too. And so Mercury direct, Venus direct, great time to sign contracts, great time to sign papers. Mars is going direct in your eighth house, been in the seventh house of relationships as well. So some of you might be going through some breakups, some makeups. Going to your eighth house now, you're going to cut, sever, and tie anything to do with shared resources. Okay. Aquarius, I am one of you. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Venus direct in the second house of money. Money and finance are blessed. Where Venus and Mercury have been causing chaos, going retrograde in your finances. You know, you might have some money blocks, some finance blocks. Just know that now, the planet of love and abundance is going direct. So your self-worth is going to be on the up. How you value yourself is going to be increased. You're going to be loving yourself a bit more, looking after yourself a bit better. Money's going to be more easier. Money's going to be flowing in. Who doesn't want that? Love and relationships are just going to be blessed. Amazing, right? Mars has been going. Mars will be going direct into your seventh house. It's been in your sixth house for ages. So some of you might be having some health issues or just been really busy when it comes to your work and career. Just know it's going to be moving from your work and career house. Some of you might have issues with pets. The sixth house rules pets. So just know that their health will be improving now as Mars moves into your seventh house. The seventh house is relationships. So with this direct dramatic action in Leo, there could be more focus on sex and dating and passion, as well as signing contracts when it comes to a new agreement with new business partners too. So linking all this together, not only is your money blessed, not only is your self-worth and value blessed, so are your relationships of all kinds. So this is a great time moving forward now to sign some new deals, collect that cash, get what you're worth, and just call in all the money in abundance and some quality relationships too. And have fun. Just have some fun. Okay, last but certainly not least, we have Pisces. Sun, Moon, and Rising. You guys have been the key players for ages, right? You've had eclipses here, full moons here, all the things. However, now Venus in exaltation, moving forward in your first house, along with Mercury too. The fog is lifted. You're going to be thinking clearer, speaking more clearly, feeling gorgeous. Money's going to be flowing in, bringing love to your doorstep. Good news of abundance on the way to the planet of communication. Will literally be communicating your job opportunities, opportunities for love, rekindling love, stepping up your relationships, calling in new relationships. Looking gorgeous, changing your appearance, just feeling beautiful inside and out. Venus loves to be in Pisces. She's acting so strongly here. This is about being bougie, calling in all the love, calling in all the money. Mars for you from the 5th to the 6th, my darling. So focus on your health, You'll be feeling fitter, feeling stronger, working out more. A great thing for you to do is to eat more red, spicy food to harness this transit of Mars going through Leo, because the red planet loves to be, what's the right word I want to use? Acknowledged, right, by wearing red, eating red, etc. So you can harness the energy to promote full potential, because Mars in the sixth house is about focusing on your health. Okay. And also becoming bitter too. Just know that with Venus going through your first house, this is gorgeous for you because you're going to be looking feeling good, health is going to be on the up, and abundance just flows in so much more easily. Now we are getting out of this retrograde action. I hope you absolutely loved your signs and your readings. If you'd like a personal reading with me, hit me up and follow me on all the socials, Instagram, TikTok. It's the Jack Scott Lee Show. If you'd like a personal reading with me, grab my email. It's jackscottlee@gmail.com, and I would love it if you would like, subscribe, and share this channel. Until next time, love you. See you soon.